All right, we're good to go.
All right, cool. All right, so yeah, it's a BA. It's a good BA. So we got resistance at 170 once again. Once we clear that, we do got to break above 171.5, and we will see us hit 173 at some point. Seems to have found support this line right here. So hopefully we can see this break above 168 in the morning. If we can't clear 168 in the morning, I'll be pretty bearish on BA for now. Might see some more downside down to 164.5. That's very possible. But keep in mind all this news is coming out, and if we do have a stimulus bill, the stock will start to shoot up. So be aware of that. I'm looking at next week's 180s if stimulus news is positive. Or 2 weeks out to like October 30th for calls. And you guys can probably play 170s to scalp in the morning. Yeah, the White House is 48 hours to come with a deal with Pelosi and Trump. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, could you put those levels in the Discord if possible?
We'll post the charts for any stocks you guys want after.
All right,
Yeah.
sounds good.
Yeah. You're doing Square next?
Yeah.
All right, on my chart, I have a break of 188.5. That's when Square will start running again. If you want to go back a smaller time frame, like 15. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, actually, that line right here. So 188.5 on Square. Wait for a break of that line to get in. You guys can take profits here. This zone right here, around there. If you leave contracts running, start taking profits as we enter the bottom of this prior supply zone. All right, so you don't want to wait until clear.
To Square to run to 200 this week.
200. I mean, it's gonna break all-time highs. We got to see how tech moves. I do think with PayPal and Square earnings coming up, this will easily break 200 in the coming weeks. But right now, it's just consolidating. Let it pick a direction. It can fill its gap back down to here, potentially down here, or it can keep running and test those highs again. We got to see what it'll do. Anything below 183.5, you guys can short the stock, in my opinion. Even that's a good line to watch as well.
Yeah, I said this line. Yeah, that's what I was looking at.
Yeah. So watch that line to short Square. Grab puts, 180 strike. Don't hold on to it for too long. Yeah, Square likes to run. And it's very volatile. Let me see. Yeah, can you zoom out actually on the 1 hour on Square real quick? I want to see one more thing. Yeah, that's an important line. You almost missed that. Oh, you have it right there, 192. Yeah. Yeah, so it rejected all-time highs 3 times, right? So we got a triple top. We do have to see the stock. Clear 188.5. And once we break above 193, we can start scalping up to 195 for the short term for this week. I don't think we'll see 200 this week, but probably next week or the week after if we keep running up. Yeah, cash is dying out, guys. So these stocks like Square and PayPal is going to start being very profitable. All right, let's move on. Let's look at Netflix. It's one of my favorite plays. If you guys were on live trade with us, all right, we caught Netflix at the very bottom, right? We saw it break through that critical support at 535. We did say the prior Thursday night to short Netflix below its 535 level. It broke below there and it dumped, finding support at 530 on the dot. So going forward, right, it already pulled back up. So if we see even 540 tomorrow, our contracts are going to be printing because we have the high implied volatility because we have earnings after the bell on Tuesday. So yeah, it looks pretty good right now. As far as more downside on Netflix, if it breaks below 530, then you can zoom out to find level. Let's see on the 1 hour chart. Yeah, anything below 530, we will see 528.75. This is a dangerous line right here. Anything below here, we'll see. That's not too bad, but we might see such a dump. Yeah, if Netflix goes below 520, 528 in my opinion tomorrow. Just cut it, find a better entry. I can't imagine the stock's going to dump if we are running into earnings. All but streaming stuff, coronavirus. It doesn't make any sense. What should happen is we're going to test 550 on Tuesday. That's more likely. So I think we're going to clear that level, this 544 level on Monday. And then on Tuesday, we're going to hover between this 545 line and 550, possibly blowing past it and finding resistance up here. But as far as further upside and downside, we're not going to see much movement. It's going to consolidate into earnings once it does find a range. But I think right now, at least looking into Monday morning, we're going to try and recover from that dip below support. That was a $5 dip, and it was brought back up very aggressively. So we'll see what happens from there. On Netflix. All right, let's look at Beyond when you're ready.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Yeah, no, you're good. All right, we got Beyond in the morning. Yeah, so we caught Beyond. I want to say we caught it around here. Started to run a little bit, dipped a bit, and it did come back up down at this level. So it's in a pretty wide range right now. I do want to see Beyond hold 184 in the morning for us to remain bullish on the stock. If we stay between 182.5 and 184, we will be cutting these contracts for a loss. We have 195s for next week, I think, and I think some of you guys are holding 200s. You want to get rid of these by Tuesday at the very latest. They are kind of far out the money, so you don't want to bag hold these. Beyond will dump on you just as quickly as it runs. Beyond loves to run in the morning and then dump shortly after. So if we do get a nice pop in the morning, blow past 185.5, just take the profits, right? It will dump on you, and you will not get that money back. Promise.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. So we'll look at Apple, and then we'll do Peloton, and we'll end with Tesla. All right, Apple. Apple looks very bearish right now. I'm not gonna lie. It's 1 hour chart. The bearish engulfing is not a good sign on Apple. The stock still needs to settle after all the run-ups from that conference and 5G and all that stuff. It looks like it will come back down and fill this gap and find resistance here at those few wicks right there. And this should be a key level to watch, 117.5 level. Anything below that, Apple will be back in bearish momentum. So watch that line very carefully. Ideally, with the way futures are looking, we are going to test this level again. So we should be playing somewhere in this range. Let's say in the morning. If you guys want to draw a line there. I fully expect all these tech stocks to pull back up between where they dip below support. I think we're going to find Apple playing in this range mainly tomorrow. And anything above 122, you guys can start grabbing calls, ride it up to 123, start selling early. That could be a target to pick right there. It's another great line to watch. Anything between. That's a better line. Wherever this line is right there. It's a great level to watch. Yeah, Apple shouldn't run too much. Below 117 below 117, this will flush down to 115.5. So just be careful. I wouldn't play Apple yet. Wait for it to dump a little more. There should be one more correction before the earnings run up next week. Sorry, 2 weeks out. Yeah, we'll get some more chances to play Apple. It's not yet. All right, let's look at Peloton. All right, so Peloton was oversold in the morning. So if you guys were on live trade with us, right, we did catch. 5 minutes good. Yeah, we did catch Peloton right on that candle. That was a great play. I had you guys take profits here. I still have these contracts. I will be swinging these. Hopefully we can we can hold 131 in the morning with the way that tech's gapping up right now. If we do dip below 129.5 again, I will be cutting these contracts for a very small loss. Since we did pick it up here, the only thing working against me is theta. So I actually will not be losing a lot of premium. Had you guys picked up these contracts up here, we'd be having a very different conversation. But we did get it at the very, very bottom. So we were able to collect a lot of premium. So that's Peloton right now. It's giving us very good levels. You know, anything below 129 is really just gonna dump. So yeah, it really needs to bounce. It needs to hold 131 or 130.5 at the very least. Anything above 134, you guys can start selling those for profit. Again, we caught it at the bottom. Just don't back hold. This will move on you very quickly. But this is very, very oversold. So all right, let's move on. Fastly, yeah. All right, so try to get a good entry on Fastly. You know, we are bullish on the stock just because of how oversold it was. It's very similar to Intel, INTC, how they got sold off after the earnings. So this big red candle happened because of the TikTok news. TikTok would no longer be working with Fastly or something like that. So what we have here, 84 is the bottom for the stock. That's what we found. So, you know, anything below 84, we will find new levels. Expect to play in this range down here, but I highly doubt it. I think we're only going to go up from here. I think we have 90 calls. I don't fully remember.
90 calls, yep. We have
90 calls. Yeah, so once I think we got in a bit early, to be honest. I think we got in around there. So if we see 88 or 89, just start selling. If you see any green on these contracts, start selling them because we did get kind of early. So we do have we have theta working against us. We did get in a little early. But this does look like a very good play. I think we have found the bottom. You know, it's settled here for a very, very long time. You see that little cup right there? So hopefully we can test that and blow past 90. But if not, we should see a very, very small gain on the stock, if anything. Yeah, I'm very bullish on it. It was oversold. All right, let's move on. People want to see Tesla, right? And then we'll do Zoom after. All right, Tesla has earnings. Tesla is forming a very, very, very beautiful triangle. Hope you guys can see that. All right. Yeah, thank you. For those of you who need help drawing trend lines, what we're looking at, we look at the bottom of the wicks, or if we get a better line, we can look at the bottom of the bodies of the candles and draw a line like Casa just did. We can also draw a triangle, right? So I kind of drew it a bit lower, but in reality, you would extend that line until you keep extending it that way until eventually those two lines met. And that's how you can get an early decision on where the price is going to go. When prices break out of symmetrical triangles, they tend to follow that direction pretty sharply. And you also want to keep in mind your support and resistance lines when you're looking at these triangles. So it's not enough to just say a price is breaking out of a triangle and therefore you got to short it or grab calls. You also got to respect your levels. So support and resistance are more important. And then your triangles just serve as a guide to get you in or out earlier than most traders.
Was Tesla on a squeeze also before the bell closed? I think it was, right?
As moving for a play.
Yeah, I think it was like in a squeeze right before the bell on Friday. Just wondering.
Oh, we can have a look if you want to pull up the TTM real quick on the 5 or 15 minute. I wasn't watching Tesla at all, so we can look real quick on that. Check out TTM. I can't tell. Is that football? I can't tell. I don't think so. No, not really. So after hours a little bit, but this is a little bearish right now. Not gonna lie. Anything below 436 does need to be shorted, but I heavily doubt that again. I think we're gonna bounce right back in that triangle, back in that trend line. But no, we were not in a squeeze before the bell. At least on the 5 minute, maybe the 15 minutes. That's a different story. But To be honest, I don't feel safe getting in Tesla until we see 452. But I mean we are 438 right now, so we would have to go back in time to find better levels. There's all noise right here. It's not really showing us anything. Let me see. Definitely over this for an early entry. If you get a break of 440 and it keeps running, just keep collecting premium and just buy and sell and just rinse and repeat. A break of 440 does look very clean actually for calls, or 441 to be safe. That's where we had a price rejection right there, and this is the inverse cup and handle. So if we can clear that, then we will reject that pattern, and we will be back in bullish momentum or bullish territory. And above 441, you guys can ride this up to 440. Yeah, 443.5. It's a great line. That's bottom of our prior demand zone. So, Tesla has a lot of good news. I saw good things about China and Tesla through my Twitter feed. So this can keep running, but it's safer to just buy it, sell it, and rebuy into it, Don't bag hold, don't hope for it to go up, right? Tesla's going to do its own thing. It doesn't really follow technicals as well. So, yeah, just don't get caught with Tesla. Yeah, this triangle, I like how it's moving right now. But under 436 is dangerous, so. All right, let's move on. Zoom. We can have a look at that. Yeah, so if you guys you draw your fib lines, and I'm talking about fib retracement, this would be your high, and that would be your low for short term. We draw it to your high, and that's your low right there. So whatever lines it gives you, that can be, you can look at those for your support and resistance lines if we dump or run. But anything above 566 will give us 568.5. So, again, don't backhold Zoom. These premiums are going to be jacked. Yeah, we're going to have jacked premiums. This is going to make a very, very good short. Zoom has a ton of gaps to fill. And I honestly do see Zoom coming back down to this 520 level. I think that is. Wherever that, yeah, 521 level. That's very possible. It's the same thing I talked about, like having all those little humps in our stock charts, right? See how these little things are getting closer together, right? Distance right there, right? That's a sign that momentum is slowing down, right? So you do want to be aware of that. When this does crash, it's going to come down hard. This is the first line. It will hit 545 eventually. It will come back down to this level, any line between those two levels. So let's say 527. I can't really see it. But yeah, anything if it keeps running past 560, past all-time highs, it's gonna make a great short in the future. The company's growing way too fast. It's a little overvalued right now, so it's gonna need a lot of catalysts to keep running at this point. All right, is that it, guys? Apple, Netflix, Tesla, Ashley. Is PT a good equity buy for long term? I think so. I do think these indoor bikes are gaining a lot of traction. So we have to see what they say in the next earnings report. If you want to consider long-term investments, you want to stop looking at charts and start listening to the earnings calls, look at the company prospects, look at everything that they're talking about, look at the CEO, check his background, his track record, things like that.
Yeah, you basically have to do fundamental analysis. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Once you're at all-time highs, TA becomes a lot less relevant. Okay. Let's see.
Roku.
Let's do that. We have Roku calls. I think I have 190s. No, what am I saying? I have 235s. That's what we have. All right. Similar to Netflix, except we did pick this up around, I want to say here, either here or there. It did keep dumping, but I'm still very bullish on Roku. It's, like where we are, this is our prior, we call it supply zone. This is a bit of a big demand zone right here. So, I mean, I don't think we're going to see 240 yet, but a Netflix beat will actually help these Roku contracts if we're holding them for that long. I doubt it, but we have to see what happens, right? I do want to hold 222.5. That's a very critical line. It broke it at the end of the day during that SPY dump, but futures are green right now. So I do expect the stock to start running in the morning. Honestly, I see 226.5 is a great profit taking target. Roku loves to run in the morning. Try and catch it at the top. If you guys catch it on this gap fill right here, that's your first target to watch. That could be a soft target to watch as well, 224.22. But this is like your prime target to take profits. If we see that at any point, just get rid of your contracts. I personally wouldn't let it get to that point, but definitely over here you want to take profits. But this is a more likely line for tomorrow. So we'll be watching that very closely. Below 221 for puts and below 219.5 definitely. See how that line's red? Just don't even think about it. Just start shorting it. Anything below 219 will give us very ugly numbers. All right, PayPal. All right, I gave you guys so many chances to take profits on PayPal. So if you got caught in this dump, I mean, I told you guys to take profits, right? We had profit take, we caught it around here. We should take profits here, right there, there, up there. We gave you at least 4 or 5 exits on PayPal. So if you guys are still holding PayPal contracts, you might still be up, but you are at a severe disadvantage than if you had just sold it when we had Gamma working in our favor, right? Again, right? Someone who sold their contracts here made more money than whoever sold their contracts here, right? If you guys trade out weekly options, you guys should know this by now, right? The upper momentum and that bull flag, remember, options are traded just like stocks. So investors are looking at this and helping set the price of these premiums, right? So, if you guys got caught in that dump, well, it's a lesson to not back hold. As far as levels go, this is a great line to watch. 206.5 again. We had a little trouble clearing that. I know a lot of us were on live trade watching that candle, trying to break through, but anything above 207.5, probably give us that. I need to help me on that line, but yeah, we'll get that 208 level. So yeah, PayPal, it's a weird stock. It moves quickly some days and it just dumps other days. So
This level is good.
yeah, we'll just see what happens. Yeah. Anything under 2 of it's all noise right now. I don't really see. It does look kind of bearish, that bearish engulfing candle right there.
Below this.
Yeah, honestly, if you want to grab calls, I would say start taking profits at 207 or 206.5. That wick is a little too long for my liking. That wick right there. That line is probably pretty relevant in a few weeks prior. But yeah, be careful. Don't back hold. A lot of false breakouts on PayPal. Yeah. Has earnings soon, but not this week. So just give it some time. Let it settle a little bit. All right, what's next? I think we have one more stock to do. NVIDIA. All right, similar to Netflix, NVIDIA did dump below critical support. All right. I want to say the chart's almost identical. All right. Yeah, this is where the stock. This is the bottom of the stock right there. This is going to curl up, and we should be holding 552.5 at the very least in the morning. Break of 558, you guys can grab calls and scalp up to 560. And a break of 561, we will get back in and ride it up to 565.75 on my chart. Yeah, I don't really see any patterns that are alarming at this time. Yeah, it's all noise right now.
Okay, all right, I hear y'all now. Y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. All right, the stock dumps below 549. You guys can grab puts right under 547, 546.75.
We look long term. Okay.
Man,
a lot of lines.
Squeezing is ready to go. The only thing that's going to move the stock is earnings. This is pretty tight range right there. Yeah, that was just temporary. We're probably not going to see that for a while unless tech starts to run up obnoxiously again. Yeah, but Nvidia looks very good. Again, this is why we grab things at the bottom, because we don't lose that much money if we catch things at the very, very bottom. So Netflix and Nvidia were caught at the bottom, and we do have our stop losses set accordingly. So it's a good thing we did that. ATVI. Let's have a look.
Activision.
It's very noisy. Yeah, I can't read that. Every stock kind of has a bearish engulfing, so I'm kind of going to disregard these patterns for now. Yeah, I took the 5 minute, 15 minute. All right, ATVI is a perfect entry. There's nothing else to say about this. Hopefully we can open below 81. Just grab calls and wait. That's a great entry. Stop loss right there. That wick. Definitely. That's your stop loss. Make that red in your charts. Anything below 80, do not just cut your losses if you grab calls. I might grab calls first chance I get, honestly, for ATVI. It looks very good. Yeah, I like this chart. It's a little oversold right here, so we'll see it retrace back up. So general market direction. So last time I checked, futures are up at least 0.6%. Right now it's 0.7%. So yeah, I think we're good for tomorrow. SPY's back at 348. So we got to see if that holds in the morning. I do know that Powell was speaking before the bell.
Shit.
So
Yeah, it's 080 speaking.
Yeah, so we can't control that. We're kind of at the mercy of the federal government right now. I'm not sure why he's talking so early, but if he's speaking early, he probably has good news. He is a Republican, so that can be good for the market, at least over the weekend.
It's gonna be a pump Monday.
Yeah, hopefully.
Well,
They
yeah,
also
so I
said
think
that within
yeah, Nancy said 48 hours. So
yeah, as I said, it 48 hours.
Yeah, just be safe. Just get out of your contracts before Netflix earnings on Tuesday. Just stop trading. I can't deal with this. We'll scalp things during the day, but I don't want to swing anything until after we have a clear picture of what's going on. We can start hedging with SPY puts. I think I'm very bearish on the market towards the end of the week. I think we're going to have a very, very, very similar day, or a similar week to last week. We're going to run Monday and Tuesday. And
I got trading power this Monday, so let's do it.
yeah, don't blow it up. All right, we will. I do think we're going to dump on Thursday and Friday. I
just want some scalps, but last Monday, I didn't have any trading power because the banks just closed, so it kind of hurt me.
Gotcha. All right, well, that's all I have right now. All right, so I'll see you guys pre-market.
You guys doing live trading tomorrow or no?
Probably not. I might hop on for like an hour or so, but I'm not planning to.
Hey, quick question. That live trading, is that, can you hear you or is it silent and just watching the screen? Because I was trying to get on that the other day and I couldn't figure out the sound, if there's any.
If you should be able to hear us. I'm not sure. Next time, just send us a message, one of the admins, and we'll get that sorted out for you.
Right.
We don't want people talking generally because it can be a bit distracting. And maybe during the afternoon, we'll open it up to everyone to speak. But
I just wanted to listen, that's all.
yeah, you should be able to listen and see your screen. So if that doesn't work tomorrow, then or whenever we do it, just send us a message and we'll get that sorted.
All right,
I'm not
thanks.
sure who's talking actually, if you don't mind.
Farmer.
Farmer. All right, I'll have a look later.
All right.
That can be sorted. No problem. All right, Jets. I mean, I'm getting off this right now, but Jets is a great long-term buy in general. Airlines, they invest in all the airlines. Airlines will recover eventually. So options, not too much, but if you guys just want to buy a shit ton of equity, there you go.
All right, I'll be posting this on YouTube. If you want a link for our YouTube channel, just go to the social media section on the Discord.
Yep. All right, guys.
All right.
I'll see you pre-market.
See you guys.
Good night.
See y'all tomorrow.
Yep.